If you've been feeling the heat in recent weeks and struggling to cool yourself down, you may be experiencing a strange feeling of déjà vu. Think back to the famous summer of 1976, when the beaches were packed, ice cream sales were booming, and it was even hot enough to fry an egg on a car bonnet. The heatwave that hit the UK in summer of 1976 was one of the longest in living memory, and triggered the most significant drought for 150 years. There were 15 consecutive days when the temperature reached 32 degrees or higher somewhere in the UK. So for those who can remember back that far, how does this year's hot spell compare?
I remember sitting in the children's paddling pool in the garden with the sunshade up. I remember it very well. My daughter was born that year. She was born in January, and so in the summer we used to sit in the garden, and I remember that we didn't have any water hardly, and there was a hosepipe ban as well. And was it hotter than now? I think it probably was.
When my fair skin, I was a lot redder then. When my skin got a lot redder, we weren't so keen on the suntan in those days.
I lived in Dublin then, and it was very, very hot. Very, very hot.
And how do you get on in the hot weather? Do you enjoy it? Is it a little bit too hot for you?
I do, but the dog doesn't.
It was hotter then. This is bearable. I don't think it was then.
As the summer of 76 continued, temperatures soared into the mid-30s, and some parts of the southwest went 45 days without a drop of rain. Many still remember water rationing and queuing at standpipes in the street, while forest fires broke out in parts of southern England, with 50,000 trees destroyed in Dorset alone. We've not quite reached that level yet, but as these pictures from Burrator Reservoir show, water is becoming a precious resource which shouldn't be taken for granted. Meteorologists have been busily analysing the facts and figures to work out how the 2 years compare.
I'm not old enough, but the climate records tell me that 76 still holds the record for the sunniest summer on record, and it was one of the hottest and driest. And one thing that also sticks in people's minds is the drought. The first half of summer 2018 up to mid-July has been drier than the first half of 76, although we did have that rainfall at the end of July. However, when you take the first 2 months, June and July combined, summer 2018 so far has been hotter and sunnier than 76.
The 1976 drought eventually broke in the last week of August, as severe thunderstorms brought some much-needed rain. Now all eyes will be on the long-term forecast to see what the rest of 2018 has in store. Sam Blackledge, ITV News, Plymouth.